Thought it was just a romance? Maybe you missed the real story. A Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry isn't just about love. It's about memory, identity, storytelling, and what it really means to live a full, complicated human life. I'm Toya, and this isn't just a review. Today, I'll share why this novel stayed with me for days after I finished it, and the lessons that truly left a mark on me. But let's start from the beginning. The novel follows Alice Scott, a gentle journalist passionate about people, and Hayden Anderson, a strict biographer obsessed with truth. They both compete to write the memoir of Margaret Eves, a legendary media icon who retired to live a life full of secrets and conflicting images. Margaret invites them to Crescent Island, where, isolated in nature and her old mansion, she begins to tell two completely different stories about her life. One for each writer. Each contains a truth or a lie. And you keep asking yourself, why is she doing this? What is the real story she's hiding? Will Alice and Hayden find the truth? Or will they find themselves? The narrative weaves between two timelines, the present on the island, and the past Margaret slowly reveals. In between, a slow-burning relationship grows between Alice and Hayden. Not just romantic, but mature, honest, and transformative. If you want more details about the characters and plot, I made a full review video on the novel, link is in the description below. Now, let me share with you 8 unforgettable lessons this novel taught me. Let's dive in. 1. Love isn't the fix, but it might be the first crack in the wall. This story shows us that love doesn't rescue you. It doesn't erase grief or fear or shame. But sometimes, just sometimes, it cracks open the walls you've built inside. And through that crack, healing begins. Love can bring up everything we've tried so hard to bury. Love doesn't solve everything, but it dares you to look at what's been hidden and maybe start again. 2. The past shapes you, but it doesn't own you. In the novel's dual timeline, echoes from the past ripple through the present. Mistakes from generations ago still whisper into Nora's choices. But there's a difference between inheritance and fate. We don't have to repeat the story we came from. We can become the authors of what comes next. You carry their shadows, but you still choose your light. 3. Grief doesn't leave when love enters. It sits beside it. This book holds a quiet truth. Love and loss don't cancel each other out. They live side by side. To open your heart to someone new often means making space for everything that came before them. To love is to carry both joy and sorrow and still choose to stay. Real love doesn't pretend the past didn't happen. It holds it gently and keeps going anyway. 4. Your life is a story and you're holding the pen. As Alice and Hayden shape Margaret's biography, they begin to confront their own narratives. Are we living lives we chose, or ones that were written for us? This novel asks something quietly revolutionary. Are you following a script, or writing your own? You may not be able to change the past chapters, but every page ahead is still blank. 5. Solitude isn't silence. It's a conversation with your truest self. Crescent Island is more than just scenery. It's a space where noise fades and truth speaks. What looks like escape might actually be the beginning of coming home. Because when the world gets too loud, being alone can finally let you hear what's been waiting inside you. The quiet didn't drown her. It reminded her she was still here. 6. We are more than the image we try to protect. Margaret spent her life trying to control the image she showed the world. Star, rebel, legend. But when she starts telling her story, we discover the person she was hiding beneath it all. The novel tells us we're always more than the story we tell others. And when you let yourself be seen, even with your flaws, only then can you start to be free. 7. Memory is fragile, and truth is slippery. The novel plays with the idea that memories aren't always true, and we sometimes reshape them to live with them. Margaret tells 2 stories about her life, each containing part of the truth, but also concealment and selection. The lesson here is that truth isn't always clear or absolute. And sometimes we choose to believe the story we can survive. Sometimes, the story we believe is the only one we can survive. 8. Growth doesn't look like triumph, it looks like honesty. In the novel, there's no clear victory moment or dramatic climax. Real growth happens in moments of silence, in confession, in saying, "I'm not okay," or "I was wrong." You don't have to be strong to change, but you have to be honest. And this is clear in nearly every character. They change when they choose to face themselves truthfully, not when trying to be perfect. A Great Big Beautiful Life wasn't just a love story. It was a story about being human, about how we create our identities from the stories we tell, and how, in a moment of honesty, we can choose to rewrite the narrative. Is the novel light? No. Is there romance? Yes, but mature and humane. Will it stay with you after you finish? Most likely, yes. If you've read it, share in the comments. What touched you most? And what story do you tell about yourself? Is it the truth? Or a comfortable version? I'm Toya. Thank you for staying with me till the end. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to share it with someone who might need to hear this. And always remember, you are allowed to rewrite your story anytime.